We're on Galiano Island, small island, about 6,000 hectares in the Salish Sea. Right now we're down at the south end, Galiano Conservancy office. My name's Keith Erickson. I work for the Galiano Conservancy. The Galiano Conservancy started up in 1989. It was one of the first land trusts in British Columbia, and we've been going strong for the past 25 years now. This is one of our sort of a landmark year, 25.
Hi, my name is Kieran. I'm currently working at the Conservancy as an intern, and I'm from Germany. Here for my practical term in my studies in forestry engineering, and I kind of ended up on Galiano Island and at the Conservancy. And my first project here will be to do eagle monitoring about the bald eagles on this island. So this is kind of a typical place for a habitat of bald eagle. They also if you go more up into the inner parts of Canada, they also tend to be near the rivers. They also have perch trees and nesting trees. Perch trees are the trees they like to sit on for fighting their territory and waiting there for hunting. And the nesting trees are the ones they put their nests on. They usually are a little set back from the shore to keep them safe. Bald eagle prefers huge old trees. In this area it's mostly Douglas fir on this island. They are far more stable and they tend to build big nests. Trees have to be able to carry a lot of weight in these nests. The eagles are pretty opportunistic about their diet. They kind of tend to use what they get. They prefer fish for sure, but if there isn't enough fish, they also feed on rabbits or leftovers from bears or wolves or whatever they can find. They also go hunting for little birds. Food isn't actually a problem most of the time for the eagles. I spent the longest time searching for the nests right now, because even if I have the GPS data, it's kind of hard to get to the nests, and then I'm trying to find some activity around the nests or in the nests. I'm looking for whitewash around the nests, and I'm also looking for fish bones and feathers and other signs of stuff the eagles might have carried to the nests, and signs they eating there and hunting there and getting food for the nests. These are the kind of things I'm looking for besides the eagles themselves. The eagles should actually start breeding. The date is around 25th of March, and I think we are a little late this year. About 1 month the first chicks should be hatching. Quite awesome to spend your working time outside on this island, especially because the nature is pretty good. I get a perspective on the life of the bald eagle, because I'm gonna be here for 5 months and see them breeding and mating and the chicks hatching, and that's gonna be pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm a conservation coordinator at the Galiano Conservancy. I do a lot of mapping work, GIS mapping work, ecological restoration, planning for management plans, biological inventories, with some interns from Germany, and they found 20 active breeding pairs of eagles on Galiano Island, and I think they found 32 nests. So the eagles don't use the same nest year after year after year, or they'll use a nest for a few years and then they'll have an alternate nest that they can go and use for a couple years. It's almost like they leave their nest fallow. What we're doing this year is doing this again, and we'll be able to start plotting over time eagle populations and what's going on, and potentially relating that to events that are occurring, food supply, fish stock numbers, things of that nature. and see if there's any kind of trends happening in the region. So it's an important study. Eagle count in particular is a nice study to do. So in terms of conservation, it's always using charismatic species as indicators of what's going on. But also eagles themselves can be indicators of particular marine biodiversity issues, or they're feeding on salmon primarily, or in herring in the ocean. So if there's something going on with those populations, it may correspond with eagle populations. So you can learn about, it's a piece of the puzzle, so it's important in that respect. We started this, or this work was started, I should say, back in 1998 when a woman named Terry Martin, who was then working for the provincial government, pulled together an eagle census. Organizationally, we get our funding through a number of different sources. So private donations, supporters, of course, is sort of our base and foundation, and then we get project grants from a variety of different private foundations, as well as from government programs, mainly federal government programs, private foundations, government programs, and our donor base. For the Eagle Nest projects, that's something that's really tough to get funding for. So long-term monitoring projects, not many people are interested in funding that. And so this is a project that I'm doing off the side of my desk that's only possible because of the voluntary internship that Kieran, our student from Germany, is doing. He, as part of his university degree, has to do a voluntary 2 to 6 month internship with an organization. But the work that he can provide is invaluable and keeps things like the Eagle study going.